Hello, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play the Occult Chronicles. Oh, we forgot to try this quest. Anyway, hello. In the last episode, we began turning in all the quests that we had completed and made a brief foray into the second floor of the mansion, having been teleported up there after interacting with the clock, which is still here, by the way. So there's another quest that involves it someplace in the mansion. We're doing extremely well now. So we went from struggling to we're not really in any... Well, we could be in great danger if we lose a challenge and then draw an instant death or another type of impairment or wound, but otherwise things are looking pretty good for us. We're up to 3 total air talismans, so failing physical combat won't be too difficult if I'm willing to use these to counteract any health loss or negative cards. We picked up, I think we grabbed a bone? Yes, we grabbed the Wand of Bones. But Wand of Bones. A Bone of Wands to help us with psionic abilities. But then we dropped the one psionic ability early on in that last episode to make up for the reload we did earlier. We won't reload again, viewer. If we die or something bad happens to us, we just have to soldier onward, or sometimes I like walking my character to the entrance of the mansion and just leaving if it was a really grueling thing that happened to us, like a wound that lowers a stat by 2 points, for example. Anyway, we have, though, a means to deal with wounds. We have the Everlasting Chalice, which reminds me, we got quite a few plus pentacle items in the last episode. I think we got all 3. I see all of this. I think we got the last episode. The Atlantean Lens, which lets us hold on to Arcana, or Arcana, is that right? Arcane Power, so we can slot it into things later as we need it. The Everlasting Chalice, which will remove wounds from us, so we can use it twice. And we got a familiar, this cool-looking cat creature that's following us around, giving us +1 pentacles as well. Not bad. Did we gain anything else? Oh, we gained another sonic ability. We gained Mesmerize, which we haven't read. What does this do? Select a non-face card in your hand with value 1. Oh, this is the one where we can discard it if we roll higher than the value. So it's useful against, like, aces, for example. Get rid of it and grab a different... Yeah, grab a different card. Okay. Alright. We used all the courage we had for Flash of Genius. We no longer have any of it, so we need to find some combats to help us replenish that. Still only 2 clue tokens. We haven't been really getting the searching of the mansion done, and we're... Once I give you about here... Here, I want to go down when we draw this story token. I want to begin making our way down to the basement. Here, we have to. Doesn't give us much time. We're likely to draw at least this token very soon as well. We've been also kind of lucky in that we've been getting quite a few nice story tokens. These last 3 were all positive, which is a bit bad for us. It means that I don't know actually what the odds are for things going poorly for you in the basement. Like, I'm sorry, if they're very poor for the basement. What I meant was, I'm not quite sure if there's a set number of positive or negatives, or if it's just a 50-50% chance for every single story token that you draw. Alright, anyway, I'm babbling. So let's pick up where we left off. I think we go back down here and turn in the quest with the ghostly... Oh! Try to lie to the bride is what we're going to do. Her name appears to have been Constance, and she is waiting for her betrothed to appear and marry her. You get the feeling she's been waiting for a long time. She wants you to find him, but has no idea where he has been hanging out. She's certain, though, that he is somewhere nearby. You decide to tell the ghostly bride that her groom has passed on to the spirit world and that she should join him there. It's a good chance for us. The auto bouncer has not come in to fix this on us. So we've got a 2 target number with 10 tricks and 7 draw. We're not likely to fail this. We have a base from... we have a King of Pentacles, a Queen of Cups, and a Knight of Swords are our high cards. Then we have 5s. There goes our only Wands card. Take the Knight with our King, and we win the challenge. We're 10 points over, viewer. There's no reason for us to play any more cards. You weave an elaborate tale, just as Master Gracely instructed. She seems hesitant to believe you. But I can sense his loafing presence, she hisses. But you finally convince her that she must leave for the spirit world to find her betrothed. She vanishes before your eyes. Bullets! What the heck is happening? So this is the, we haven't actually completed the quest yet, to my knowledge. We still go up, I think we talk to Percy, and then he leaves. We're just getting super lucky right here. So 3 life, the mermaid, which is another talisman. This is a water one, so this is used for traps. We get also 3 bullets. Yeah, we'll gladly take more bullets for our shotgun. We do have that edge, which gives us a very small chance, just 2%, that any card we flip over, if it was a nothing of interest, will be actually a bullets card. So maybe that's what happened there. We've also learned that we cannot talk with Falls from Grace unless we've got the Coven quest. And I don't intend to go to the backyard in this attempt. What are we doing? Oh, we have even more quests to turn in. Everything's kind of far away. We need the... If I wanted to complete the knife series, and I need the knife to bring it back to the chef, to go back to the butler, to go back to the ghostly dinner party, to wrap all that up. I mean, I guess we don't have to do the second floor. We could just do the basement and the first floor and then wrap it up. That is a bit weird, but it is an option. Okay, let's see. So what's over here? So we need the knife. So then that's going to be on this side of the mansion. It is faster to go down the hallway. Okay, good. No traps. Let's go get that knife. You stumble upon a small, twisted, hunchbacked dwarf. He seems to be as surprised to see you as you are to see him. He must be a servant of some sort. Without hesitation, he starts yelling, "Alarm! Alarm!" There seems to be nobody around to respond to his cries for help. I think this is... Maybe this is something based on, like, the Nosferatu movie? I don't know why the vampire has this as its servant. If any of you know, let me know in the comments. I wouldn't mind understanding where it comes from. So I guess we'll use magic against it. This is an option that I added for this encounter. It is surprisingly agile, but you are certain you can down it with a well-placed spell or two. It's not like this creature is immune to magic, right? Now we can't use our shotgun, by the way, now that we've selected this. I don't think we can. This is now a battle, not a combat. We'll find out for sure when we flip cards over. We can use shriveled flesh. Let's see. Let's flip over a card or two, and then we'll decide if we want to use it. So, 9 of swords, our king can take it, and we win the challenge. 7 of cups. How many cups cards do we have? Let's use it. Show you guys what it's like. Shriveled flesh. So first we have to roll the shriveled flesh dice. If we roll a 1, we still cast it, but we take a hit point. We succeeded. Now we roll the pentacles dice. If this is lower than, higher than our pentacles score, we would fail to cast this. Similar to how that one time we used the feat and we failed to use it as well. But we succeeded. We can choose 2 cards. We'll choose our cups cards. There we go. And it changes them into pages of cups to give us a little more points. Oh, very rare does this thing show up. We win ties. So if we play the page on that page, we win it. You dodge its attacks and unleash your magic on the foul thing. Soon it lies twitching on the cold stone floor. You hasten away, none too eager to see if its call for arms summons worse creatures. That's a pretty good text, Tim. Some bullets. Some more bullets. Alright, that fills up our shotgun. And viewer, I use the restroom again. I'm gonna let the music play, though, for a little bit, instead of cutting... no, we should cut the recording. I'll be right back. Alright, guys. We're back. Let's go ahead and... Oh, continue. We have Shen here we can also do. Well, not do Shen, but we can talk with Shen. Let's do these first. Which reminds me. Want that point of cups. Okay. Let's turn these in first, and then I think we'll talk with Shen and try his quest line. You feel the pressure plate depressed underneath your foot and hear a sizzling sound as a spray of acid hurtles towards you. You rely on your quick reflexes to turn away from the acid and roll to the ground so that it goes sailing over you. We have not actually seen very many traps yet in this game, have we? 2 queens and a knight are our high cards here. We play our queen on that 10 and win the challenge outright. I'm willing, at this point, to hold on to the queen and hope that the knight, page, or 10 are up here somewhere. Oh, that was dumb. I should have played the knight there. Ah, it was the king of swords that was up there instead. Your instincts and quick reflexes win the day, and you are not maimed or scarred by the acid. Traps are nice because you can get Ores of Fortune from them. The experience points is also nice. Let's grab a Rain's Edge next. You gaze down at the knife, but try to keep your gaze from locking on to the mesmerizing eyes within the blade. You feel an oppressive presence in the room with you. The knife radiates pure evil. You resolve to approach the artifact with caution. Oh, where am I? Oh, here we go. And wonder how many throats this thing has slit. Communicating with something like this is always dangerous. There's no telling how powerful this possessed knife really is. You decide to risk it and enter a trance. A queen, a king, and a page. And then not too impressive number cards. We have swords, but not any high sword cards. We'll take that 6 with our king. I don't want to lose this challenge. I don't know if anything super bad happens for failing to persuade the knife. You enter a trance and are immediately assaulted with the desire to harm yourself. Before you know it, the blade is in your hand. But you fight back and make it listen to your command. The knife obeys. It will return to the chef shortly. The head was once a disciple of Thomas Vaughan, the 17th century alchemist. Using Vaughan's elixir, he had managed to extend his life immensely. He was searching for Vaughan's orb of transmutation on behalf of the Palladian Order. His search was cut tragically short when he overconfidently approached a cursed guillotine. He thought that it might hide the artifact. In a trance, he placed his head inside the guillotine's lock and ended up in a basket. A mischievous imp thought he would make a nice decoration and mounted him here. He wants you to destroy the guillotine and break his curse. He teaches you a Vorachamedian release chant that will give you the power to safely dispel the sorcery that binds the curse to the guillotine. He then requests that you return him afterwards up with your soul. Well, we already did this. Let's complete the quest. The head seems eager to communicate with you. You approach the head and notice immediately the big smile on its leather-like face. You did it! Marvelous! The head now wants you to destroy him, and you oblige by speaking the Vochadumian release once more. The head collapsed into a pile of dust at the base of its stake. Dreams of a severed head, a new edge. During the results phase of any successful challenge option that has the psychic type, there is a 5% chance that nothing of interest card will be turned into a psychic talent card. Oh wow, okay. But then we have to engage in psychic battles or combat for the most part, and I don't intend on doing that. It's going to be it's spells and physical combat for us. The world! Well, there's our cup's bone now that we've drawn this. You receive one of each type of bone that you do not already possess after this card is used to take a trick, and we cannot get the cup's bone because we don't have an option to do so, not having chosen a background that would allow us that option. So now we have the means to do so. Okay, we're gonna grab a ranged edge here. You know, I don't mind actually now playing a little bit with our character. Do we have a scry option here? Oh, the arm to the teeth is also nice. It's probably just one, though. We probably can't level it, is my guess. This would lower the weight of our shotgun by 1 point, dropping it to 1 instead of 2. And it's not per... The way I read this, so I guess we'll read it out loud. X is subtracted from the total encumbrance points of any ranged item cards in your sword's inventory, for the purposes of determining how many encumbrance points worth of cards you can have in your sword's inventory, where X is the value of the edge. So it's not per ranged weapon, it's total. So this is effectively extra sword's capacity. But we only have one sword's item at the moment. Yeah, that's true. We only have a rifle. I want rifle target selection. So we play the cards, and if we have to use a rifle in combat, we can target multiple cards with the effect. Once again, it's based on X, but I suspect this is a fixed number of just 1. Let's see if I'm right. Yes, of course. Okay. I know, once again, and to be fair, viewer, I can change the text. I can go, I've done this. I made my own events. I can go into the game files and just change these and say what exactly it is, rather than having this weird wording. Maybe I'll do that. If I'm still around next year, I'll have changed some of the text to make it more appropriate. Because I think I could also see the level of all the edges, so I would know that that text is linked to a particular edge and how many times that edge can be leveled. Really quick as well, you might remember that I did mod the game to basically any edge that read like it should be able to be leveled. I increased the capability of it by at least 1 point. But this means we run into the bug where you cannot possess more than 16 levelable edges in your inventory, and you do begin to stack up edges, or it might be 12 or 14, not 16, but I think it's 16. Anyway, okay, so that was good. We got some experience points for that too, didn't we? We did. We can grab another ranged edge too, huh? Let's grab another puzzle and lore perception edge. Do we go to the backyard? Let's do it. I don't like being here, viewer. Okay, this is one of several things, but it could be the Coven. That's what we're looking for. It's actually the target, the first target that the Coven wants us to go and eliminate. Your attention is drawn to the trunk of a gnarled old tree. A cleft indicates that the tree has been hollowed out, and you think you see something moving inside. It's probably just a squirrel. As you get closer, you begin to feel uneasy. Suddenly, a haunting pair of yellow eyes appears. A strange creature pulls its head out of the cleft in the tree and peers out at you. You freeze in your tracks. The strange creature radiates an aura of ancient nature magic. You sense the work of Pan here, and that scares you. Well, we have tons of sword cards and a king, queen? King, queen, and knight. So we're winning the swords challenges. And we also have a queen of cups, if need be. Oh, there's a king of cups, so he can get our 4. And we win the challenge. I should point out that I don't ever really feel good when I see a hand like this. I mean, it is nice, but the more of a suit you have in your hand, the less likely you're going to find that suit up here on the board. So seeing all these swords just tells me we are not likely to see swords on the board. The creature seems to be made of wood and leaves, and might even be part of the tree. You recognize the influence of the god of Pan here. He was thought to be merely a legend until a disastrous odd expedition of 1919 that was lost in the Netta River Gorge on the Peloponnese. You suspect this is some type of herald or harbinger, or perhaps even a priest, who delved too far into the mysteries of Pan. You resolve to tread carefully here. The goat god is notorious for his ability to induce panic. Well, we don't need to fight it. Well, we do not have a good chance of running from it, though, but it is the target of a quest, so we don't want to fight it. It hasn't yet seemed to want to harm you, but staying in its presence is slowly draining your willpower, and you already feel fatigued. You decide to muster your courage to get out of here while the getting is good. Okay, it's not a bad hand. We have a King of Wands, Knight of Wands, and a Page of Pentacles. Let's see. Still needing to take another card. There we go. Your will is stronger than whatever force is seeking to keep you here. You turn and walk away. You hear a rustling sound and pause to locate it, but it quickly stops. After waiting patiently, you start to move again, only to once more hear the strange rustling. It sounds like a bush being shaken for its berries. Without any warning, a 6-foot plant creature leaps out at you. Its tentacle-like vines and roots reach out to entangle your feet. You can't believe what you are seeing. The plant is aggressive, and you're pretty sure it wants to eat you. We have a Knight of Wands, a Page of Cups, and a Queen of Cups. And quite a few Wands cards. We have no swords, though. Oh, we have some swords. So the Queen and 10 take those from us. I'll play the 7. This is a horror challenge, and at this point in the game, with max sanity, this many tricks and this many card draw, I'm willing to hold on to the Knight and see if it might be able to take a different card that we drew. It is. The 7 could have taken this card also, though. Of course, I have pointed out some time ago, but any sanity that we are now gaining doesn't do anything for us. You have a max of 40 sanity. I always feel compelled to say how I would have done things a little differently. But I would have lowered the max sanity in life to like 30 or 25. Keep it closer. Like, 40 is a good amount of sanity. I am not really worried about going insane from any particular encounter. Keeping it lower would actually make me a little more worried about failing these at this point. The creature is surprisingly mobile and agile. It's also intent on catching you. You can smell a sickly odor in the air as it releases a bunch of spores. Well, that can't be good. Remember a case file that you read about. It was a 1915 Triffid event that began in Indochina and spread to Sumatra. Sorry, is that right? That's right. And Malaysia. Sumatra? Agent John Wyndham and scores of other operatives were lost. It was supposed to have been contained and all of its pods destroyed. Apparently not. Some Tim lore for you guys. Way back in the late 70s and or very early 80s when I was a tyke, my family's very small home had a very small television. This was back when there were only knobs to change channels, and there were 13 channels plus the UHF channel selection, which would let you go to UHF channels or something of the sort. It's so strange to think of what it was and what it is now for television. There was a black and white movie on called A Day of the Triffids, and this is what that's from. And it's the first memory I can think back of that I recall. I remember a scene in the movie of like a car trying to escape these tree creatures. And you saw like out the back of the window as these branches overhead spewed spores. It's like Iker or something onto the car as it was fleeing. An old black and white horror movie. Okay, well, we're going to attack the creature. Actually, we can shotgun blast it. We have lots of shotgun. We have plenty of bullets at the moment. Let's do this. The single tap or double tap. It's all the same, really. Don't worry about aiming all that much and just stay focused and go for the center of mass. Not a fantastic hand. We have 2 pages. Oh, we can use spells here, though. I didn't think you could use spells if you chose a combat option. Okay, that's useful to know. We can also use Mesmerize. Do we have any aces in our hand? We have some 3s. I would really have to be a 2 or an ace for me to want to use Mesmerize, so no. We won't use Shrivel Flesh until we see that we want to really use it. Okay. King of Cups takes the 5. A 4 of Pentacles. Sure, let's do Shrivel Flesh. We take a wound, or rather, we take a hit point. Potentially, the familiar we have, Greasel Greedy Gut, may actually block that hit. Nope, he did not. We lost a hit point. We did win the challenge. Let's take these. Alright, that was a good choice choosing the Pentacles. The thing just doesn't want to die, but you manage to inflict enough damage that it simply doesn't have a choice. Nine life! Holy crap! And 3 more experience points. Let's grab a perception edge. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just reading to myself. I guess we'll read them out loud and I'll decide whether or not I want it or not. So, right, Occult Specialist is, we took this and we know it's just 1. So you can't level this. So it lowers every single number card on the trick side by 1 point, making it slightly easier for us to win the challenge at that rate. I do tend to like things like Museum Curator, so we must have a face card in our hand. I believe this can be leveled once, also. Well-known author is interesting. This says, and I think this can't be leveled if I recall correctly, but if we have a single face card in our hand, and we don't play it, or we can't play it, we get its points, which we'll see actually added to our tricks points taking score right away. Also, oh, this is interesting. Engineer makes it so that, actually, how does this work? For any puzzle or perception challenge, 1 point is added to your trick-taking score for each revealed and unmatched trick card on the board, up to X, where X is the value of the edge. Okay, so I'm guessing this can't be leveled, and I'm guessing that, or maybe it can be leveled once. Every card we don't match gives us a point, but only up to the maximum that this feat is at. Not to my liking. I've talked before about how I don't tend to enjoy feats or options in any game I play that reduce the penalty for losing. I'd just rather not lose. And I wouldn't mind something like Nerd. So Nerd basically says that if you select a health loss card, its value is reduced by X, so you take less damage. I'd rather it be something that says, like, you can't get a wound card or something like that. These are all making up for you failing selections. I do not like those. These top 3 are lower the difficulty by 1 extra trick, extra, rather extra trick cards, extra draw cards. Multiple PGs is interesting, but we have got a decent wand score, so I'm not too worried about this. This thing says that, hey, if whatever the amount of cards you draw can't be lower than the level of this edge, but that's the odds of us getting enough edge upgrades, and then we'd have to sink them into this to make it worth taking, is not very good. So I don't feel this is a good edge either. So realistically, we're taking one of these two. I'll grab Museum Curator. Okay, can that be leveled? It cannot. Vic, why do you put so much time into explaining how everything works via X's when you don't even need to say that? Just say you're guaranteed. If you do one unmatched face card in your hand will be added to your tricks points taking score if you don't play it. That's all you have to say. Alright, let's grab a Hyperborean Spells Edge next. Unbelievable. Alright, so what we wanted wasn't out on this side, but it's good to know that the Pan Priest is there. I think... Oh, we do the dragon next. A sense of desperation has gripped the Vampire Coven. The humans seem to be getting the upper hand. Yeah, we do indeed. All challenges that involve pentacles as a primary suit receive a +1 modifier, number of trick cards placed on the board while this story icon is active. Directly in front of you, a shimmering Chinese dragon floats, its tail coiled around the base of the gong. Its glowing eyes fix on you, and you can hear it speak directly into your mind. I have come to grant you 3 challenges if you can first prove your worthiness. You step forward to prove your worthiness. Hey, we got 2 scryed cards this time around, and it's a good thing we did. So, I can see the Knight of Swords. We have the King of Swords in our hand, so we can take that for a lot of points and win the challenge. We have no Wands cards in our hands, so that 10 of Wands we see is not useful to us. Well, I mean, we know it's there, but we can't do anything about it. So what I plan on doing is flipping over cards, and once we're down to just the king, because the queen could be up here too, then we'll take the knight with the king. And for those at home, we have a King of Swords, Page of Pentacles, a 10 of Swords, and a 10 of Pentacles as our high cards. There's no reason in this instance not to play the page. The page takes a 10 or lower, and we have the 10 in our hand, so we might as well just play it. So 5, there goes all our Pentacle cards. Take the 2 with our 3. See, if I did not have the scry, I might have played the king on the 2. And then been upset. Or not upset, but been like, oh, when the knight showed up. Alright, well, we won. You convince Shen of your worthiness to proceed with the 3 challenges. Good mortal. You have convinced me of your worthiness. You must approach the portal and recite the oath of entrance. Once you enter, you cannot leave unless you best all 3 of the guardians. Should you fail, you will be destroyed. On the other side, you will face 3 challenges. The first is a trial by combat. The second is a test of the body. And finally comes the examination of the mind. 3 teachers await you, but first, you must open the gate to the arena and then step inside. You remember Shen's warning that once you have entered the portal, you will not be able to return until you have bested all 3 of the teachers, who await you on the other side. However, you believe that you are ready, and you decide to bravely step forward and recite the oath of entrance, and then cross through whatever portal opens up. Good hand. King of Swords, Queen of Cups, Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Cups we can take with our Queen. That's very nice. We win just like that. We are more than 10 over. There is no reason for us to finish the game. Recite the oath, and a door that shimmers like rippling water at sunset opens up before you. You take a deep breath and cross over. The mist clears and you're greeted by an old man dressed in flowing embroidered Chinese robes. He appears to be a scholar or functionary of some sort, and yet he is armed like a soldier as well. You feel that you should know who he is, but you can't quite recall his name. Greetings, Lost One. I am the spirit of Dong Zhao, tyrant, chancellor, and once grand tutor. And now, I must school you. Choose the form of your destruction. Attacking is actually the best chance. Lowest target, decent tricks, not the most tricks, but also a good draw, so we want that. He's an overweight old man with a sword. You think you can handle this? Well, we don't have a good hand for it. We have a Knight of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, a 10 of Wands are our high cards. Take the Ace with our 7. There goes our only Pentacles card. Can't do anything about the Queen of Swords. We do manage it. It's all in the reflexes. Oh, quote from Victor China, huh? Dong Zhao crumples to the mist-covered floor of your pocket dimensional area. In a flash, everything shifts like you were jumping from one train to the next. The mist clears and you're greeted by a young warrior wielding a gigantic Chinese polearm. Greetings, Lost One. I am the spirit of Sun Se, soldier, conqueror, and hero. And now I must test you. You only have to dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge, survive my blade, and you will advance. Someone, I think last year or the year before, pointed out that that's a quote from Dodgeball. I know I've heard it before, and or was it called Dodgeball? I think it was. I haven't watched that movie in a long time. You position yourself in a ready stance and raise your hand towards Sun Se. Without a word, you motion with your hand for the test to commence. It is a evade traps roll. We don't want to fail this. King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and an 8 of Cups are our high cards. Take the 2 with our 5. Take the 6 with our Queen, and we've won the challenge. Can take the 10 with our King. 3 with our 4. Wow, getting very lucky today. You evade all the blows and flawless display of speed and agility. Perhaps you are the one. I think that's a quote from the second Matrix movie. Shame there are only 2 of those. The mist clears and you are greeted by a middle-aged man sitting on a silk cushion. He looks up at you with a smile. Congratulations, Lost One. I am Cao Cao, the poet. I delight in your arrival, for visitors are few. But you must best me in a duel of poetry. I find that words can cut deeper than any steel. Cao Cao begins his poem. I lift my drink and sing a song, for who knows if life is short or long. Man's life is but the morning dew, past days many, future ones few. You think on the matter, and recite your poem. Oh, holy crap, look at this, viewer. The Page of Pentacles is scryed with the Knight of Pentacles in her hand, so we will win the challenge just by doing that. There is no reason for us not to also do that move right now. The Knight takes a page or lower. The page is there. It's the best move we could do. The rest of our hand is actually pretty bad. We have a 9 of Swords, a 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups, 4 of Swords, 2 of Swords, and a 3 of Pentacles. So I doubt we're taking any other cards. We can take at least one more. Wonderful! Absolutely wonderful, gushes the poet. I've never heard such an elegant observation on roses and their colors. Truly enlightening. Roses are red. In a flash, everything shifts like you are jumping from one train to the next. You find yourself back in your dimension once again, confronting Shen, the mystical dragon of the enchanted King Gong. Well done, mortal. You were the first in many centuries to face the 3 challenges and return. I hope that you have learned from your journey. You step backward and ask Shen to grant you your reward for besting the 3 challenges. As you wish. Hero of the 3 Kingdoms. Anytime you would gain health, there's a 5% chance that you will gain that much sanity as well. Good early on, not so good for us at the moment. Temperance. Also, several challenges that do not normally have a chance to generate the skill token card have a small chance to do so, and any challenge that normally would has its chance increased by 50%. Well, this card is in your inventory. It's not really a Arcana card I generally care about too much, because I tend to, at this point in the game, I don't really care to get more experience points overly much. We're getting enough, like, the trickle is more like a flow now, and we're gonna, at this rate, we'll have enough experience points that we'll have taken everything we can take, with nothing left to spend it on. So we can spend her after we spend the world on something. That experience was nice, though. Let's see, what do we have? Hyborian lore. Whenever a spell of Hyborian subcast is typed, face cards can be targeted for bumping their values up or down. So this doesn't help our one spell, because our one spell doesn't bump up cards, it just changes them into pages. So this is not useful for us. Magus. Whenever a spell of the Hyborian cast non-face cards can be bumped up to a face... Nope, that doesn't help us. Meta Magic. If you have 2 or more spell cards of the Hyborian subtype in your inventory, and they're eligible to be used in a challenge, you lower the difficulty of the challenge. We only have 1 spell at the moment. Music of the spheres or something. It's Hyborian music of the... If you have 2 or more spell cards of Hyborian... We don't. Spellcraft. Gain X additional uses of all spells of Hyborian subtype in any challenge where they are eligible for use. So that's going to be a 1. A mark. Whenever a spell the Hyborian subtype is cast, it requires a card to be selected as the target. Select up to X. This doesn't help us, because we can't... We have to select the same suit, even if we have additional... Like, if we use our 1 spell, I don't think we're allowed to choose 2 suits. That it doesn't work that way. So I think I'd rather, at this, the only one that actually helps us here is Spellcraft, because that would let us target 2 of the number cards for changing into pages. So we'll choose that. Let's get our swords up a rank. Let's go ahead and use our lens. Oh, okay, and it doesn't actually require pentacles to use it. That seems like it should. All that happens is that we just transfer the energy from here to the spell. It says energy per use 1, but that's not the case. It doesn't use any energy for you to distribute for you to distribute it. Okay, that seems like a bug as well. We'll step over here. Is there anything else over here? There is not. We do want to interact with the painting. So let's do that. The coward in the portrait seems to be actually shivering. He seems to be fumbling with his dueling pistol, and you fear he will discharge it accidentally. There's obviously a spirit trapped in the painting by some sorcerer's curse. This is obviously the cowardly dueling opponent that you are seeking. Insulting this sad creature seems like a waste of time, so you use your psychic talents as a medium to convey the insult and try to trick him into showing up for the duel. A 10 of Pentacles we see. We have no Pentacle cards in our hand. We only have 1 face card, it's a Knight of Cups. The rest of these are okay number cards. The 8 with our 7. We have no Pentacles. We have no Pentacles. The page. Do this here. I mean, we won the challenge. I just want more card flip. You enter a trance and are able to converse with the ghost. You trick the ghost into thinking that its opponent only wants to talk. It agrees to show up for a talk at the appointed time. You've tricked the cowardly ghost into showing up for its long postponed duel. However, you feel a little guilty about it. It's not like it can die a second time. Although, you remember a quote about a coward dying 1,000 deaths. I normally offer to take his place. I'm not going to do that this time. I was hoping we would find the organ room. We do have to complete that quest. You see before you a large and ornate Baroque pipe organ. The bench before it sits empty. Suddenly, your ears are filled with the haunting sounds of music resounding from the organ's pipes. The melody is terrifying, and you watch astonished as a ghostly vapor encompasses the musical instrument. You struggle to keep your fear in check. The haunting music threatens to drown you in a sea of melancholy and despair. Something supernatural possesses this musical instrument. You must resist its efforts to chip away at your sanity. We are not failing this challenge. I have a fantastic hand. It is also just a horror challenge, so I'm not really concerned about winning this any longer. Not here, on this floor at least. You've kept your sanity. You shield yourself by humming the tune the bust had sung earlier. You chuckle ironically that such a bad jingle that annoyed us for a few minutes actually came in handy. You stand before the pipe organ and struggle to make sense of what you have just seen and, more importantly, heard. There's a powerful spirit bound this musical instrument via some nefarious energy, sorcery, or curse. You can feel the anger and rage building within it. You suspect it is getting ready to assault your mind again. And this is what we're here to destroy. This is most definitely the pipe organ which the ghost of the organ master wanted you to destroy. Armed with this incantation, you should be able to dispel it and sever its nexus with the organ. Okay, not a good hand for the attempt with a 6 target number. But we see an ace of swords, and we only have a 8 of swords in our hand, so we'll definitely play that to win that. Now we have a knight of cups and 2 sixes, so it's going to be a bit tricky here. We win. Do I want to play an Arcana card on that king? I do. Let's play the world. Reciting the melody that the ghost taught you, you drive the evil spirit from the pipe organ. It seems to shudder and then exhale a discordant death rattle as the air wheezes one final time through the pipes. The Scarab, an Earth Talisman. So this will help us with spells-related events. Let's grab a Talisman Edge next. There's probably nothing else in this room. There's not. Okay, so let's go turn these quests in. You know what? We're gonna do this too. The Iron Maiden. So we're gonna climb inside. This is dangerous, but we have Arcana cards to make up for it. It's a crazy idea, and you know it. You feel it calling to you. It wants your blood. It needs your blood. The question is, though, is it strong enough to take it? We have a King of Wands, a Queen of Cups, and a Knight of Swords in our hand. And then a Ten of Pentacles. So, oh, we have decent cards for every suit. Let's see if we do it. For a 5 of Swords, we play the Knight to win that. 4 of Wands, we play the King, and we've won the challenge. We can take the 9 with our Queen. Oh, look at that. And we actually able to take the ace with an ace with our 4 and another ace with our 3. So the game wanted us to win. Thank you, game, very much. I appreciate that. In the end, it could not break you, and that which does not destroy you makes you stronger. Kiss of the Maiden. During the results phase of any challenge option that has the poison or evade traps type, you are immune to the first 3 points of health loss that might occur. Oh, it's not just poison. Okay, gotcha. Shame it's not something that like lowers the difficulty by 3 points. That would be better than me than just being even slightly better, taking less damage from a trap, but you know, it's acceptable. Wheel of Justice, another Pentacles talisman. We now have 6 talismans. Can we, you know what, I haven't checked if we can discard talismans. And 2 courage. We need courage. If If I right-click on a talisman, I can't. Okay. So I think if we're offered other talismans, we get a choice of one to drop. I think. I have not saved the game yet, viewers, so let's do that too. We're actually almost out of time, about another 10 minutes or so. Outside, viewer, I am priming Tyranids at the moment. I do like the new models Games Workshop makes, although man, I don't like the company very much. So expensive for little plastic toys. What the heck? A reanimated skeleton. You wonder if a curse or a necromancer of some skill has summoned a spirit to animate this bag of bones. Was it sent after you? Remember from your briefings that its decayed appearance can be deceptive, and prepare yourself. You will need to either fight or flee. Well, let's fight. You've got a bone to pick with this skeleton. Actually, can we cast a spell on it? They're the same. Once again, viewer, so I keep saying this is the last time, but then I do it again. We'll do this again, just because I like driving the point home. I added this as an option. Normally this is the only one here. I made it to be the same difficulty as this option, and the auto balancer is coming in to make it tougher for us, because it sees we have an 8 pentacles and it's like, that's too easy for him. We gotta make this tougher, and does so. I don't like this. I've never liked the auto balancer in this game because it can really be really swingy. But there it is. To be fair, we're not doing poorly in the game at this point. We'll bust about the spell. It's a physical creature, so you're sure you can reduce it to ashes with the right spell. The trick is doing so without joining its current dead condition. We have 2 knights, 1 of pentacles, 1 of cups, and we have a page of cups as well as our high cards, and decent numbers as well. Let's start. 8 of pentacles, our knight takes it. We have a 7 somewhere. We can take that, a sword somewhere. We can take that 7 with a 10, and we win the challenge. No reason not to play the knight. I'll play the 6. Alright, that was a mistake. You narrowly avoid a slash as you finish your incantation. It never has a chance to take a second as the spine snaps and crumples to the ground. The bones turn to dust before your eyes. That's a good text, Tim. Oh, because we used a spell, we gain sanity as a reward from this. Okay, I gotcha. For the rewards of these challenges, I generally made it the same. Only, like, for a spell, if it could have given you bullets... No, I kept that the same, too. The only difference is that if, instead of life loss, I gave... life gain, it's sanity gain. But if it was a creature that inflicted life loss, I will make it still... I think I made it still inflict life loss upon using my new options. You enter a trance and tell the chef that you have located his knife. You had to insist a little, but it got the point. Ghostly Chef is still moving in an energetic circle, seeming wrapped in its ectoplasmic food preparations. I wonder if it couldn't leave us all behind, or if it's just being punished for some foul poisoning. 1 experience point. Nah, whatever. I'm still glad to have it. This is a big moment. Reloading the game's not going to do anything for me here. In so much if I don't like the edges, it doesn't matter. These are the edges that are revealed to me for the talismans. This is our first talisman edge. I'm hoping it's an air talisman. I would probably take a cups talisman. Well, you'll see what I mean. Okay, it's cup of water. So, what does this mean? Any water talisman that you possess grants you a +1 cups in addition to any other bonus that it might provide. It also has fire upgrades, but we have no fire talismans, so this is the only thing that would work. That's a shame. It is random, which is presented to you. This is normally not here. I added this as a reward, as the opposite of whatever showed up here. So fire has a water option. So okay, let me explain. These all are either increasing the chance this shows up, or reducing the chance it goes away. For fire talismans, we have no fire talismans. If these were air talismans, and this was like earth, I would probably choose an air talisman to keep them. But that's not the case. So, we have no fire talismans, once again, viewer. I'm babbling a little bit and repeating myself, but... So, none of these are useful. This is the only one that's useful, and I'd probably have taken it anyway, because it's +1 cups. There we go. And we don't have a way to get another point of cups, so that's rather nice. Let's backyard this year. Oh, look at this awesome looking camping area back here, huh? Where are the witches? They're not here? They're not here. Come on, game. F you. This is really aggravating. They're too far away. They really are. You have to go back to them to complete the quest. No, it's just not worth it, viewer. I'm sorry. I had thought that maybe we'd be doing their quests. It's just not worth it. A swarm of bats descends upon you. You hear the squeaking just seconds before the swarm you, biting and clawing at your face. They seem driven to some type of hysteria, and they attack relentlessly. Wow, not a good chance for these. You can't be sure how many there are. Dozens? 100? No matter, you decide to drive them away and kill as many as you can. A Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and a Page of Swords are our high cards. We'll try using Mesmerize once. We got a 2, which is what that was, so we gain 2 points, and discard that card. I want to get used to having it. The card, that is. The Psychic Talent. We'll win the challenge by playing the King. Oh, okay. Well, we should have played the Knight, because the Queen of Pentacles showed up. Didn't matter in the end. You won the battle. The ground is littered with dead bats. Yeah, they're too far away. We'd have to go there, then all the way back to fight the pan, all the way back to them to turn it in, all the way back to get the bookshelf, and so on. They're just too far away. If they were in this room, I'd do it. But no. No, I'd rather spend our time going upstairs and beginning the second floor explorations. Oh, we still have more quests to turn in, though, so we're going to get another story token just doing that. Which means we are almost out of time. We might not actually explore the second floor, viewer. We might not get to do that this year. Well, in your trance... Oh, we did this already. You destroyed the pipe organ as the ghost required. You hope that with its task complete, the Organ Master's ghost can be at peace. Organ Master's ghost smiles and thanks you for your help. It says that it didn't really expect to see you again, but it's pleased you proved to be so resourceful. Content that its task of redemption is done, it fades away slowly before your very eyes. Ghostly music. There's a 5% chance that a Nothing of Interest card will be turned into a talisman during persuasion or deception challenges. Well, we've got all the talismans we could want, so that's not too useful to us. Maybe, though, we can get Justice? No. One more experience point. We'll try to earn another point of Pentacles. Can probably fight the Poltergeist now. We'll give it a try. Oh yeah, we have a decent chance. You decide to unleash your energy on this thing and destroy it utterly. A King of Wands, a Queen of Swords, and a Page of Cups are our high cards. The Page of Swords can be taken with our Queen, and we win the challenge. Just like that. You open a tiny rift in space and time and send the Poltergeist away. You hear it scream like the air leaving a balloon as it is sucked out of our dimension and into another. 6 Arcana Energy, 12 total, 3 experience points, 1 Sanity, and another Sanity. Okay, that is very nice. And store all 12 points. Gladly do so. +1 Pentacles. We'll grab another Hyperborean spell next. Come on. Let's turn this quest in while we're here. We're not coming back on this to the side of the mansion again. You decide to tell the ghostly duelist that you're... Wait, wow, I've never heard of this word before. Remonstrance has been communicated and acknowledged. Indeed, you suspect he will be there at the appointed time. The ghostly duelist snorts. He won't show. I will never have the satisfaction that I deserve. Imagine that she chose him over me. Oh, that's an interesting... I've never realized it worked this way. You are certain that this ghost will never pass on until the matter is somehow resolved. But I thank you nonetheless. Here's a token of my gratitude. Four more experience points. Let's save the game before we select the spell. Because I don't know if I'm going to like the spell. So let's make sure that it's acceptable. Let's see. What have we... Because I can't see where these are used. It doesn't tell me what type of encounter they're used on. It sounds like these are all the combat spells, are my guess. Oh, this is interesting. Roll one bone and select up to X revealed face trick cards, where X is the number of pentacles rolled, and transform them into non-face cards of the same suit with Y value, where Y is the number of cards selected multiplied by 2. Then draw a card. So let's say there's a face card over there, and we really don't like it. We can target it and change it into a 2. If we select 2 face cards, then then they're 4. So the more that we use this, the more cards we target, the higher those face cards become. That's nice, though. We'll take it. It is a 1-point card. It is used in combat, sorcery, and battle. Okay. I think it's time for us to ditch Voice of Ka. Let's just ditch it. And we'll spend that point of experience point on a spell edge. Now that we have the option of... Now that we have 2 Hyperborean spells, we can use them in the same combat and benefit from some of that. Right, well, there's nothing on the ground floor over here that interests us. So all the way back now for a few more quest turn-ins. Come on, let's get it done. Quests are going to turn themselves in. It is the butler we want next. You approach the butler and tell him what you have done. Thank you so much, sir. I was beginning to think that you had headed off in the wrong direction. Good show. Well, thanks for sticking your neck out for us. 1 experience point. Well, we'll still spend that. And then we turn this... now we go back to the ghostly dinner party. And turn that quest in. And then we're done with our quests. All the ones well, most of the quests that we've taken. Hear raucous cries for dessert. Alright. You focus your psychic energy and tap your knife once more against an imaginary glass. The ghostly head snapped to you in attention. Dessert will be here shortly. While we are waiting, what can you tell me about this place? Dessert is sumptuous, and you have made 1 or 2 otherworldly acquaintances. More importantly, you think you have learned some important things that will improve your chances on this mission. The Star. Gain a random spell after this card is used to take a trick. She's quite naked. What are you doing over there? Alright. Spell edge for us. What do we want? Reduce the target level. Draw additional cards. Gain additional tricks. I generally am a fan of, in order, card draw, lowering the target level, and tricks. We'll pick Hyperborean words of... We'll take the tricks this time around, though, just for the fun of it. So we'll gain at least one additional trick placed on the board. And it can be leveled once, so it could be up to 2 additional tricks. Alright, guys, let's get back out to the hallway out here. And we'll call the session. You have doubts that you have the correct tools to face this threat. They should have issued something before you. Yeah, they should have. They really should have. They really should have given us something, so I wouldn't have reloaded the game. Better options when we set off would have been nice. Alright, anyway. What does this do? All challenges, that involve cups as the primary suit receive a -1 modifier to number of cards drawn to the player's hand, so traps will be much more difficult at the moment for us, which is not a good thing for us on the 2nd floor, but that's where we're going next. We only have, by the way, up until the next story token to explore now. When we draw this, we need to begin making our way down to the basement, wherever we are, because we might not complete this. This is especially true because this year we don't have the crystal ball yet to help show us where we need to get to in the second the second level of the basement. Anyway, viewer, I am done babbling. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.